Hi, and welcome to the competitive landscape. Today, Justin and I are going to walk you through the exciting space that is our competitive landscape and give you a brief overview of our competitors and how to compete with them. In this course, you will learn about the competitive landscape, including third-party views of the market, how our competitors are segmented and how to compete with the segments, UiPath's key advantages and differentiators, and a deeper look at our top competitors. The competitive landscape in the automation market is moving very quickly, but UiPath is well positioned to continue to succeed. According to IDC's Maureen Fleming, we're the market's net consolidator. We're driving the consolidation of RPA and other adjacent markets, putting together a platform that serves as a hub for our customers. And our customers recognize that. In the third quarter, G2 reported that our customers indicated they chose UiPath to replace a competitor 66% of the time, compared to 0% of UiPath customers switching away from UiPath. And we've continued to drive positive reviews on Gartner Peer Insights, especially compared to new entrants such as Microsoft. That being said, we continue to monitor the market as new competitors are emerging every day and making headlines in the news. Salesforce and ServiceNow aren't competitors today, but we are watching them closely as our markets continue to converge. But as I said, UiPath is very well positioned in drawing plenty of positive headlines of our own and leading the RPA market by a significant margin while pushing on into other markets that we can capitalize on. From an analyst perspective, UiPath is the leader of the RPA market too. Gartner, Forrester, and Everest all position UiPath as a leader and typically have UiPath as the furthest along one, if not both, of the axes. Automation Anywhere and Blue Prism consistently show up as leaders as well and are the main pure-play RPA competitors. We can leverage our ratings among analysts to provide customers with third-party views of why UiPath should be strongly considered by RPA buyers, and the analyst reports are a great way to introduce customers to the RPA market and show them why UiPath should be strongly considered. This brings us to our competitor segmentation. There are four main types of competitors. The first is automation-centric. RPA is the central focus, and the competitors have an automation-first mindset. Time to value is rapid and can offer a path to true digital transformation and operational efficiency. Automation Anywhere is our top competitor in this segment, and we also see Blue Prism here. The second is BPM-centric. BPM is the central focus of these competitors. RPA is used as an enablement tool to help fill gaps. Time to value takes years and has failed to live up to the promises of digital transformation. Pega is the top BPM-centric competitor here, while Appian is a new entrant in this market. The third is intelligent automation point products. These competitors focus on a point product within intelligent automation, whether it's process mining, intelligent document processing, or something else. These competitors are often partners and competitors, and some may be moving into automation. Celonis is one example. They recently purchased an UiPath solution that has given them some automation capabilities, but not RPA. We often compete with these companies when selling beyond our core RPA solution. Celonis is the top example of this type of competitor. Abby and Hyperscience are two other examples. And last, we have the platform ecosystem competitors with RPA. These are platform giants that understand the need to invest in automation. RPA is a small part of their overall offering, and they have an application-first mindset. These competitors are both partners and competitors. Microsoft is the prime example of these competitors with their Power Platform. So how do we compete with each of these segments? As you saw previously, analysts view UiPath as the top vendor in RPA, which is something we can capitalize on when competing with automation-centric competitors. One of the key drivers of our success in the market is that we have been focused on robustness since inception. Our selectors and computer vision are the best in class and difficult to replicate, leading to high resiliency. Other competitors, rather than focusing on moving the big rocks necessary to compete in this, have focused outside of this core functionality. Additionally, UiPath has expanded the definition of what an automation platform should contain from discovery to measure, both breadth and depth. This is an area where our RPA competitors are still playing catch up. When it comes to the other three segments, there are many areas we can target when competing, but our biggest differentiator against them is our automation-first philosophy. Companies have been putting forth a BPM-first or apps-first paradigm for digital transformation for decades now, and customers are still having issues realizing benefits from it. UiPath approaches this from a different angle. Our design philosophy is automation first. This new paradigm has led to our customers realizing ROI in months instead of years and truly moving down the road for digital transformation towards the fully automated enterprise. If there is a single linchpin that differentiates us from the market, it's that automation first mentality. With that, I'll turn it over to Justin to walk you through a deeper dive on our competitors.
As you can see, this is a competitive stack up of us versus our other competitors. While I won't go into the details of the Harvey balls right now, I wanted to talk about what the underpinnings of our value story are. The first is that we have the most powerful and complete automation platform. From end to end, the UiPath platform offers value at every single pillar. We are the first to come to market with the Discover capabilities, and we have offerings in all three legs of the discovery stool. We also have AI-powered discovery and integrated and infused AI and ML capabilities. Every aspect that we can, we bring the benefits of AI and machine learning to make it accessible to users. This comes from computer vision as well as AI and ML activities created by the UiPath team that are available in AI Fabric and other offerings. The developer experience with UiPath caters to a number of different personas. Originally developed for the core RPA developer, we have tools for the professional developer, but we've expanded that into offerings for the citizen developer as well. Speed of automation and the time to value allows for any skill set or persona to be able to deliver value with the RPA platform. Additionally, and perhaps most importantly, UiPath has pioneered scaling for RPA. In addition to your simple if this then that capabilities, the UiPath platform can run to tens or even hundreds of thousands of robots deploying all over the world. This is especially important for enterprise customers who need to be able to deploy automations across multiple departments, across multiple geos, and across multiple functions. Talking deeply about individual competitors, we're going to begin with Automation Anywhere. Automation Anywhere is our largest competitor in a pure RPA play and the closest analog to UiPath in the market today. However, their product falls short in a number of different areas, most notably in the discovery pillar. This is an area where UiPath pioneered integration of process mining with RPA. Automation Anywhere is lagging far behind. While they do have an offering called Discovery Bot, it doesn't offer any of the core capabilities that our process mining has. It's more akin to our task capture. From a build, manage, and run standpoint, Automation Anywhere has a lot of capabilities. They're a solid platform, but they don't offer the same breadth of robustness and catering to individual personas that the UiPath platform has. Their engagement pillar is extremely weak. Action Center and Apps offers capabilities that AA doesn't have, especially in the citizen developer world where we're seeing more and more traction. The one area where we actually played a little bit of catch up to Automation Anywhere is in the measure side of things. Automation Anywhere debuted a product called Bot Insights, which was the first robotics-centered insights product. We played catch up, and we believe that our product is actually on parity or offers deeper insights than what AA can offer now. When AA is positioning themselves with customers, they will position themselves as cloud first. They've invested tens of millions of dollars into refactoring their platform to focus on the cloud. So they're going to attempt to position themselves as the only cloud-first platform. It's worth noting that if this comes up with customers that we also are cloud first. We have a cloud offering and our platform is built with a cloud first mentality. The analytics side, like I said, we played a little bit of catch up, but we believe we have parity there as well. As far as how we compete against them, focus on the discovery pillar as well as citizen developer capabilities. This is an area where Automation Anywhere has historically struggled and continues to struggle. While we also have some additional feature and function capabilities that will be trade-offs, the core thing that is especially important to customers who are existing Automation Anywhere customers is upgradability. Automation Anywhere has had a series of problematic and expensive upgrades, culminating with their most recent, which is A2019. A customer doesn't need to look much farther than the Automation Anywhere website to see proof of this, in that the migration capabilities are still only early access and limited to a number of customers, even a year after they've released A2019. We've had a number of customers that have looked at this and have decided that the cost is worth upgrading to UiPath rather than upgrading their AA installation. For Blue Prism, who was the original RPA provider, they're becoming less and less relevant every day. They've stagnated on their innovation, and if you look at the end-to-end processes, they're very limited. While they will claim to have some ability to deliver in the discover pillar, they still fall well short of what enterprises are going to require in terms of functionality there. They have what they call the process assessment tool, which is essentially Automation Hub, but have no capabilities in the discovery pillar beyond that. The build, manage, and run side of Blue Prism is also extremely limited simply because they've always focused on unattended automation. The attended side, they require the use of a third-party tool called Trust Portal, which is extremely limited and very cumbersome to deploy. Blue Prism will not be a factor in a robot for every person deployments, and will continue to have issues with anyone who wants capabilities on the attended side. As far as engage and measure goes, they have, again, very limited capabilities. They have an action center like capabilities for the engage, but it's limited, and they have no offering in the measure pillar. They've acquired Thoughtonomy to make themselves more relevant in a cloud-first market, but they're still lagging behind even Automation Anywhere, and especially us in these capabilities. Focus on their lack of innovation and the fact that they have stagnated. With existing Blue Prism customers, we also have replacement programs targeted specifically at takeouts. Microsoft is the newest entrant in the RPA space, but they do pose a serious competitive threat in how they are approaching the market. To talk about this, it's worth going back in history a little bit. Microsoft originally built a product called Flow, which was a SharePoint automation tool, and they brought that as a general market offering. It was largely commercially unsuccessful. It didn't have a lot of the capabilities that people were willing to pay a premium for. But in 2019, late 2019, they announced that they were adding UI capabilities to it and offering it as a RPA tool, rebranding it to Power Automate. The limitations were significant in early access. Earlier in 2020, they acquired a company called Softomotive, a Greek RPA company with an established track record, especially focused on small and medium businesses. They've been working diligently to integrate the Softomotive platform into the Microsoft platform, And now they have a number of different paradigms in how they're approaching UI capabilities. The first is the traditional flow model, which is heavily focused on connectors with a little bit of capabilities as far as using Selenium and WinApp Driver. They have one UI designer for web apps, one for desktop applications, and now they've added another with what they call Power Automate Desktop, which is a reskinned, re-updated version of the Softomotive RPA platform. But let's talk about how we stack up here. In terms of discovery, Microsoft has announced Process Advisor, which is akin to Task Capture. Additionally, they will partner with companies like Fortress IQ to offer partner offerings here. But the limitations of what Microsoft offers is very small. From a build perspective, as we noted, they have a number of different authoring paradigms that compete with each other, making it difficult and confusing for customers to know which tool to use. Additionally, RPA developers are confused and dissatisfied with some of the tools that they have available. Management is where the Microsoft product falls flattest the most. The governance that Microsoft has is limited at best. You can either share it with your local AD folder or with your entire AD tree for sharing automations. That doesn't offer any of the strict control that a lot of enterprises, especially in highly regulated industries like banking and insurance and government, would require for their overall automation program. The running capabilities that Microsoft has are focused specifically around driving Azure consumption. They have cloud flows that have server-side triggers. That is certainly a differentiator for them, but mostly running on desktop or virtual machine environments, the Microsoft product right now falls very flat. The engagement side of things, Microsoft has what they call Power Apps as an integrated offering with the Power Platform. Power Apps is an established product that's used by a lot of large enterprises as a low-code, no-code apps development platform. And they have a lot of offerings here, but they fall flat in terms of Action Center and some of the core things that we would use in engagement. And finally, on the measure pillar, Microsoft has Power BI, which is a good general purpose analytics tool, but doesn't have a lot of the built-in robotics COE focused things that our Insights has. We've built this with years of knowledge about what people are looking for in terms of automation metrics, and that is what informed our creation of Insights. Power BI is more of a general purpose tool. In the market, Microsoft will position themselves as free. While they do have base offerings included in M365 and O365 packages, a lot of the requirements that enterprises will have requires additional cost to go along with it. The Microsoft platform is very good at SharePoint automation and simple if this, then that tasks. But fundamentally, they are approaching things from a minimum viable product standpoint. While this can certainly change in the future as Microsoft has a team of good engineers, as it stands right now, they have a limited platform that they're offering at a cut rate price just to get users. Finally, let's talk about the real core problem that Microsoft has. They are approaching digital transformation as an apps first mentality. We see this in Power Apps. We see this in how they're marketing their product. Fundamentally, UiPath approaches digital transformation from an automation first mentality, and we have hundreds and thousands of customers who have been able to fundamentally change their business and realize that digital transformation through that mentality that Microsoft can't touch. There are some other feature and functionality things that we can point to, like computer vision and process discovery. But with conversations with customers who are key Microsoft accounts, the discussion and making the point around automation first philosophy is going to be the linchpin of the conversation. Breaking from the core RPA offerings, we have Celonis. Celonis is the largest competitor in the Discover pillar. They have process mining and task mining offerings, and they have recently made an acquisition that allows for API Zapier-like automation. Celonis has the easiest to use product in terms of process mining. They have a number of different connectors that they leverage, and they will get the most out of their SAP partnership. Historically, this is how they've gone to market and grown. As you stack up our product versus theirs, there are a number of differences, and using the products, you can see those. But it fundamentally boils down to the Celonis product is easy and is expensive. The UiPath product is deep, has a lot of deep functionality that may not be the easiest to use, but it is more functional and also easier to license. A lot of the functionality that we have added in are specific for business and data transformation and making it easy for businesses to receive a lot of value out of this, and also make it easy to turn those process mining maps into automations. Because process mining without automation isn't useful.
Thank you for completing this course. For more information, please bookmark our partner portal, your single place to go for partner news, product information, sales positioning, and support materials. Our partners are a very important part of our business, and we greatly appreciate if you take a moment to complete the following feedback survey and share your input into how we can continue to improve our partner training and enablement program. Thank you.